All right, gentlemen. Anybody else? Welcome. You've on purpose stumbled upon the Boat Anchors Net, where we celebrate. And first off, good evening. My name is Doug. Call is Whiskey Bravo 1 Echo, located in Bryan, Texas. And tonight we have, for your pleasure, your consideration, a number of things. Buy-sell trades are appropriate as long as they're antique radio related. This is the net where we celebrate the tube style older radios, amplifiers, transceivers, receivers, transmitters, stations, any of the classical sideband. And I guess, I don't know if we've ever excluded AM gear, but if you got it, bring it on. So I'll ask if there's any traffic that is emergency priority traffic or any relays. I'm going to ask you to come now. Okay, any relays? Okay, nothing heard, and so again, I'm going to have a list here of about, 2, 4, 5, about 8 or 9 gentlemen, and I will go starting the list. And I just showed up about a half hour ago, so I just wrote them down as I need to. Let me check in with Lynn real quick, and if he has any extras that he'd like me to call early, I'll ask him to give them to me now. Lynn, go ahead.
Well, Jay, Doug, I don't know who you got on your list and how I got him on mine, so why don't we just, when we take it to the next guy, we'll just ask if there's anybody we overlooked. So carry on.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. So we have tonight with us, we have Lynn, K5LYN, and a respectable antique radio operator and repair person, a authorized repair station, and along with JKN5QS. And I'm going to start with, I guess I'll start with Dano, K8WZ in Sanctuary City. Good evening, Dan, and welcome to the Boat Anchors Net.
Holy mackerel, you caught me unaware. Good evening, Doug, and everybody else on the the Boat Anchor Net. This is Dan, in the middle of the Sanctuary City of Houston. We're talking on the same thing we normally do, I guess. Kenwood KSA30 and driving a homebrew pair of 813, slow, about 700 watts, 750 maybe. And the antenna's an inverted V at about 40 feet. And that's about it from here. My phone's an MC50. And no more other exciting things. We had some rain today, and that's it. KWOZ. Back to you, Doug.
Well, awesome. Thank you very much, Dan. It's always good to hear you, and I know you guys gotten hopefully a little bit of rain. I don't know what the situation is with all the power and the emergency services, but I hope everything's coming together fairly quickly. So, yeah, this weather's something else. All right, next on the list is George. I'm going to pick you up, WB5TXW. Good evening, sir.
How you doing? Getting all around the net for the finest hour of amateur radio for the week. WB5TXW. Here on the S-line, 32S1, 75S3. The 30L1 is turned off. It's hot enough here. And then going out to the dot hole in the woods, fed with 450 on Twin Lead, Shure 444 microphone, and I hope everybody's doing all right. And back to you, Doug. Over.
All right, George. Yeah, you're S9, and the noise level, believe it or not, is right about S8. I don't know why it's all of a sudden showing up, but well, that's just the way it goes, I guess. Been ducking and diving here for the last few weeks, but we're going to fit this one in tonight. Thanks for dropping by, George. It's always great to hear you, for sure. One of the regulars. Speaking of one of the regulars, Kenneth, Alpha Golf 5 X-Ray Papa. Good evening, sir. Welcome to the Boat Anchors Net.
Yeah, thanks for picking me up there, Doug. This is Kenneth, AG5XP up here in Brownwood, Texas. Tonight we're on the old Heathkit SB10. Got it grafted onto a Venus Johnson Viking 1, and it's going out a GSB 201 gun set. Then I got a Electro Voice 619 microphone hooked up to it, and right now I'm using a old World War II BC 348 from a receiver that I got from Sammy here a while back, and got it up and going, and that's what we got over here. Back to you.
Oh, amazing. I wonder if it's that one that I fell in love with. Man, that thing was... hey, tell me about that 201 Gonset. What kind of... describe that amplifier for me real quick, if you don't mind, Kenneth. Over.
Well, you got the 3 knobs on the topper section with the meter to the right. I guess the color is kind of like a battleship. Light gray is the color of it. And on the bottom, you got your power switch and a power light, then an operating and tune switch that puts like a 100 ohm resistor in series with it, then a knob so you can adjust the meter to output or plate current.
Okay, and what kind of tubes does that use? What kind of final amplification tubes?
It's got 4 811s in it.
Roger. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, just double checking. I wonder. Somebody was putting one of those on the market. I wonder who got that one. Anyway, thanks a lot, Kenneth. It's great hearing from you. And I'll move down the list here to Tom, KC5L. Hello, Tom.
Hey, good evening, Doug. Thanks for picking me up. This is Tom, KC5L in San Antonio. And tonight, we're on the usual here. We're talking on the Central Electronics 200B with a D104 microphone. And it's driving the matching 600L amplifier. And that's going to a Johnson KW Matchbox and a homebrew doublet up about 15 feet. And we're listening on the R390A. And that's about all I have here, Doug, this evening. So back to you, KC5L.
Oh, yeah, QSL, Tom. Well, thanks a lot for checking in. Also one of the regulars, and yeah, we're going to have to bump heads and spend a little time. Every time I go to Belton, I always end up anchored to the sales table, and I guess I just got to really work on my sales technique, because I always end up leaving with more than I brought, and I never hardly sell what I bring. Anyway, Pepper, I'm going to call you up here and ask you what's happening. So K5PEP, Pepper, come on in here.
Okay, thank you, Doug. I appreciate that, and all the boat anchors are sounding good, and I appreciate what y'all do to keep all this old stuff going. Don't have a boat anchor. I'm on a Flex, so I'm just going to be listening, but I enjoy hearing all the old rigs, and so thanks for making me a part of it. I'll turn it back to you, Doug. K5PEP, Marble Falls.
All right, Roger. All right, Pepper. Yeah, it's always great to hear you. Sounding awesome. And I tell you, you got some of the best sounding equipment on the air every time. I'm getting used to it. I'd be able to pick it out, but this I just get confused. It all sounds better every time I hear it. All right, Byron, you're next on the list, Mr. He's not scribbling. I believe it's W5EDX. Byron, how are you doing tonight, sir? Over.
Yeah, you got it there right, Doug. This is Byron in Bill Bluffdale, W5EDX, and guess what? I'm on the Kenwood tonight. The Kenwood 830S that I pulled out off the pile about a week or two ago, and just been kind of cleaning it up and adjusting it here and there. And I think I've got it just about ready to put the case on it, which means it'll be broken real soon. Hi. Inverted V, up about 35 feet, the barefoot, of course, MC50 mic. Good to hear everybody on. It's good to hear the noise crashes down below S9 for a change. But we've been getting some good rain, I guess. More rain we get, I guess, the better, unless we start getting severe flooding. But at least I'm far enough west to Fort Worth that I didn't get that mess they had a couple of nights ago. So we're continuing to luck out here, and I hadn't seen a tornado yet, and don't care if I don't see one. Back to you, Doug. Good evening, all. WA5EDX.
All right, Byron. Yeah, hey, thanks again for checking in, and I look forward to your regular weekly posting, and that that 830 sounds fantastic. So kudos, my tube-powered chassis fixing brother. All right, moving down the list, Steve K0SCD. Good evening, sir. Welcome to the Boat Anchors Net. Over.
Well, good evening, Doug, and all the boat anchors. K0SCD is Planter. Again, as usual, trusty old Kenwood 520 and a MC50, TS520, and a wire up there about 40 odd feet. And that's it from Tyler, Texas. Back to you, Doug. K0 FCD.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, you got the best signal Tidewood Byron about +10. There's Steve. No worries. Moving down the list. I got Don, and then I got Don. So put your finger on the trigger. The first one is W5 Delta Kilo. Good evening, Mr. Don. Over.
Yeah. Good evening, Doug, and everybody. Thanks for running the net, Doug. And good to hear all of the regulars and everybody. I'm in Spring Branch, north of San Antonio. I'm on my normal TR4 Drake with a D104 microphone. And I do have the L4 amp in line, and I'm using a homebrew inverted V at about 65 feet. And enjoying listening to everybody. Back to you, Doug. Thanks for running the net. W5DK.
All right, Don. I tell you, the L4 sounded fantastic. I love those amps. I really do. I just go the extra mile every time I get my hands on one of those. L7s, I'm a little intimidated. It's a fancier version of the L4 for sure, but yeah, I really love I've worked on only 2 of those, and I've really enjoyed every second of it, unlike some other amplifiers. But hey, that sounded great, and thanks for checking in. I got one more, and I'm going to hand it over to, let's see, maybe Jay or Lynn, probably Jay, because Lynn's Lynn's the guy on the bench that, you get the grand slam. He's the cleanup guy. Either that or Rusty if he's out there. All right, Whiskey Bravo. I'm sorry, W5OZZ. Don, tell us what's happening. Hello, Don. W5OZZ. Guess not. All right. Well, guys, thanks a lot. I'm going to sit back and listen for a while. This is Whiskey Bravo 1 Echo talking to you tonight on the same old Swan 500, driving the retro-modded Swan Mark 1 amplifier with a pair of 400s and grounded grid, doing legal limit. And it's going up on a piece of coax up to about 80 feet on a cattywampus inverted V, kind of more like an inverted Y. I tell you, for 14-gauge wire, that thing was just a quick little try it out and see, and that thing is just hanging in there, knock on wood. Okay, Jay, let me see. Are you willing to take it from here? Over?
Well, I can give her a shot. Yeah, I told you that 14-gauge wired work.
Yeah, it doesn't give me the most bandwidth, but I'll tell you, it sure takes a licking and keeps on ticking. All right, sir.
That's what tuners are for. Okay. All right, folks, this is Jay, KM5QS. I'm coming to y'all tonight on a Swan 350, driving a Kenwood TL922 into a homebrew antenna tuner and open wire, homebrew open wire line and the antenna, 160-meter dipole stretched out across the neighborhood. My output is somewhere around a kilowatt. I don't know, needle swinging too quick for me to look at it. So, at any rate, this is Boat Anchors Unlimited. Who's next?
Charlie X-Ray Golf.
Okay, I got Charlie X-Ray Golf. We'll start off with you, Bob.
Okay, thank you, Jay. K560 Bob out here at San Angelo. I'm on, not really a boat anchor, but well, I guess it is 40 years old. It's a 751. I am very serious. I'm looking for a TS820. Buddy's done an 820 for sale. Please let me know. I'm looking for one that works. The number is 325-650-3191. 325-650-3191. And I wanted to make a comment to Kenny about BC348. I've got one of those too. It's a model, a Q model, and it works absolutely wonderful. And if you open it up, it looks like it was made yesterday afternoon. I got one of those that they had reconditioned at Kelly during the 60s when they sold them in other countries. And I got one of those. I mean, it's just perfect. You couldn't ask for one. It does it. And I really enjoy playing with it. Anyway, that's it. Hello to everybody. We've had weather out here, not like y'all have, but we have had pretty good rain. So everybody have a good week, and we'll catch you later on. K560.
Okay, Bob. Good deal. You took a little bit of a fade, and I couldn't get. Were you looking for some, or can somebody hear Bob better than I can?
I was looking for an 820.
Oh, okay. You're looking for an 820, and did you say you had a BC 348 or something?
I was just telling Kenny that I have one of those also and how much I enjoy playing with it.
Oh, okay. But the main thing is you're looking for an 820. Alrighty.
Yep. You got it right the first time. I need one.
Yeah. I don't have one. Not yet. I don't know if I will again or not. First I got to make some more room. Alrighty, Bob. You came up a little then. So anything else?
No, that should do it. Thank you.
Alrighty. Thank you, sir, for checking in. All right, who's next for the Boat Anchors Unlimited?
Charlie President.
Bravo, Zulu, Oscar.
Queen
Victor Foxtrot.
I think I heard was that Bravo, Zulu, Oscar?
Roger. Whiskey Delta 5, Bravo, Zulu, Oscar.
Go ahead, sir. Whiskey Delta 5, BZO. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, dude. I think you got the call right. Name here is David Delta Alpha Victor India Delta. I'm in Arkansas. Definitely running an old boat anchor, over.
Okay.
Would that be American-made, industrial-grade, heavy iron, David?
Amen, Byron. I know who you are. You can't fool me, over.
This is Doug. I had to jump in. 7-3, brother. Jay, can you pick him up?
I can hear him. He's down pretty low, but it's up and down. The band's still not right yet, I don't think.
Okay, well, Dave, I can pick you up temporarily. Good evening. This is WB1E. Good to hear you, man.
Yeah, okay. Good to be here. I guess I'm tuned up for this frequency. Running a Collins S-line, 32S1, 75S1, 312B4, 30S1. That's the combination. That's the lash up here. Just a regular inverted V dipole, feed point 70 feet, over.
Man, feed point 70 feet, yeah, you're no problem. Copy here in Bryan for sure. Well, David, thanks for checking in, and I look forward to you coming again soon, okay?
Yeah, Roger. Now that I know where it is, I just hadn't checked in before, but now that I know where it is, yeah, I'll be a regular from time to time, over.
Yeah, you know what? We must have had like ESPN, because I just said to myself, I wish there was a chance for me to use that term, and then who is the next guy to check in? So anyway, 7-3, Jay, take it, and 7-3 to you, Dave.
Roger.
Okay. Yeah, he's getting louder all the time, so that Collins will come through. It will. It's still daylight down here, and your old Doug's closer to you anyhow. All right. Who's next for the Boat Anchors?
Queen Victor Fox.
WB5 DYA, Delta Yankee Alpha.
Yep.
Hello, Cliff. Go ahead.
Good evening to the net. Here is Whiskey Bravo 5, Delta Yankee Alpha, DYA, Cliff in Cedar Park. Haven't been out here for a while. Been having some health issues, but I'm back. And let's see. We're on an old Kenwood, driving a Ameritron, about 700-800 watts, to a horizontal dipole up about 50 feet. Hearing everybody. The band is a little bit noisy, but all the signals are well above the noise. So back to you, WB5 DYA.
Okay, Cliff. No, you're coming in good down here, nice and loud. Everything's fine. Hope you're doing better, doing okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for checking in. All right, next on the list is, I don't know. Who is next?
Queen Victor Foxstead.
Oh, Kilo, let me see. Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Okay, thanks for picking me up. I'm not copying you real good. WB.
Pump it up. Is he still there?
No.
Dario's there too.
Jay, you're not copying Mike?
I barely heard him out there. It's just, it's up and down, Mike.
Jay, do you copy?
I copy you, Mike. Go ahead.
Maybe it's me that it's up and down. I don't know. I seem to be hearing everybody else okay. All right. Let me try one more, and then I'll give it to Lynn. He might have better luck than I'm having. So, one more for the boat anchors. Come now.
K5 Delta Hotel Echo.
Hello, Jim, up there in wherever you're at.
Yeah, Jay, this is old Jim, and I'm talking talk tonight from Granbury, Texas. And we're talking talk on a 830S and a Heathkit tuner, a 2040 tuner, SB200 afterburner, and a Buxcom antenna inverted V up about 30 feet would be my guess. And would you take a listing? And I have a want here, by the way, if you won't take a listing, but my want is I'm looking for a Swan 500 or a 700. Go ahead, Jay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a listing. You want a Swan 500 or a Swan 700? I'm sure somebody out there has probably got both of those. So, Hal, let's see, they get a hold of you, Hal?
Okay, and I also have an item I'd like to sell. It's an HP Hotel Papa 8921 radio service monitor with all the cards in perfect condition.
Okay, an HP 8921 service monitor. If anyone needs a service monitor, get a hold of Jim.
And my phone number, 817-578-1215. I always forget to give my phone number for some reason. I guess it's because I was on that heart bypass machine for a couple hours a few months ago. Over.
Okay, that's a good reason as any. All right, well, folks, Jim, K5DHE, is looking for a Swan 500 or a Swan 700. He's also has a Hewlett-Packard 8921 service monitor for sale. If you're interested, if you got what he wants, or if you're interested in that, he's at 817-578-1215.
Thank you, Jay. I appreciate it. I appreciate the letting me have an interruption here.
Okay, Jim. No problem. All righty, Lynn, you want to take a run at it? KM5QS to K5LYN.
Well, I'll sure take a shot at it. What do I sound like? Am I still in the ballpark here, Jay?
You're probably closer than I am.
Well, we'll go with it. All right, this is K5LYN, Lynn in Austin. And great nest so far here. I may or not hear some of these guys way out north, but I heard Rusty in there, so we'll pass it his way after I play out here. My uncle, I talk about him once in a while on the net. He flew the bombers in the Second World War over Europe. And in the cockpit of that bomber, he had a radio called a BC-458. And that BC-458 survived the war and ended up in the shack of many amateur radio operators in the 1950s. And one of these was built into an early single sideband phasing type exciter called the Cheap and Easy SSB. And that's exactly what I'm transmitting on here this evening, which is driving Johnson Viking Courier. And I'm listening on a homebrew receiver that was built also by KG7TR, who's the guy that did this Cheap and Easy SSB. I'm not transceiving, so I may not be exactly where we need to be, but we'll call it in the ballpark. Let's see if there's anybody out there hearing me who wants to talk vintage radio. K5LYN, listening.
N5NEN.
Fox.
Okay, I got something about Fox. There was two. Who was the person that was not about Fox?
November 5, Quebec Victor Fox. You copy?
Yo, Quebec Victor Fox. Sure, talk to us.
Yeah, this is Dario in Abilene. I'm like peppered today on a Flex 6500 into a Henry solid state 750. So I'm just playing with the radio, playing with the amps. Bye.
Well, Dario, hey, you're just the guy I was looking for. How close am I to 3870?
How do you like it?
Say again?
I said, how do you like the 3870?
Well, I like it really well. It sounds great. I'm wondering, since you got a digital readout, do I sound like I'm on 3870 to you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, this VFO was built in World War II times, you know, so we have to kind of take a shot in the dark and hope we end up in the right place. Glad you joined us this afternoon. Over.
All right. Hey, thanks again. Enjoyed the net.
All right. Come by anytime. Anybody that's interested in what we're doing, whether you're on a vintage radio or not, you're certainly welcome here. Who else for the net? I'm listening.
N5NEN.
Okay, N5NEN. What do you say, Paul?
Well, hi there, Lynn. I think they finished my roof finally. I've got the old antennas back up. I don't have the doublet back up. I want to work on that. And I don't know, can you really hear me tonight? What are we doing?
I'm hearing you quite well tonight. Not strong, but 100%. Now, that might be because we're a quieter night. I'm not sure, but I'm hearing you just fine. Over.
Well, that's good. Actually, I'm up on my 590 SG and about 300-400 watts out of the Elecraft. I didn't have time to fire up the Swan, but without any kind of amp, I'm not sure of the antenna. I probably would have done too well on that tonight. But it's nice to hear everybody. Nice to hear you. And I'll just leave it back to you and see what else is up around here. N5NEN.
Yeah, it sounded really good. And if you want to try the Swan out directly, we'll still be here for a while. So come back and we'll see if we can tell the difference. Anyway, good to hear you, Paul. All right, who else for the boat anchors this evening? K5LYN. Listening? UOZ. Mr. Perry, you mean you can hear my radio way up there? Yeah, it's kind of a noisy night here, too. You got any storms in your area? Ours have moved east of us, so it's not too bad here. Over.
Yeah, Roger. You know, there's nothing out against this. I think maybe by late tomorrow night or into Friday, they're calling for some more storms. We'll see how it goes. But we've got by pretty good right here locally. We've not heard anything bad at all. Lane is your copy mill. We'll just go ahead with our QSO here. I'm on as usual. I said a key to the east kid. Got the 401 transmitter and the 303 receiver running. And we're driving a little east kid SP200. Maybe tonight, maybe I should have been on something a little bigger. High. Band's kind of rough copy on some guys. And then try to get started on others. So, but that's the way it is, you know. It was that way last week. If I remember right, I did not check in last week. Could not hear anybody. Anyway, Lynn, thanks for giving in. I know you're going to get ready for maybe the 73 round or second go around on that control. But I thought I was hearing you doing that. That I checked in with you
Yeah, okay. Hey, Perry, I heard you great at the beginning. I great at the end, kind of weak in the middle. Did you say you're on the Heath yet? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, Roger. We're on the Twins for 401 transmitter and 303 receiver.
Oh, yeah, they're doing a great job, but there was a little QSB there that I lost you just for a bit, but it came right back. Nicely done, and you and I are a long way off there. I know if Rusty was there, he'd be hearing you great, but I heard 95%. All right, who else for the boat anchors for Vintage Radio this evening? K5LYN, listening?
I'm here, Lynn, WK5R, if you can copy me.
Well, I hear you great. Rusty, you want to take it and see what you can do with it this evening?
I'll take a shot at it.
Sure, carry on. We'll be lurking here.
Okay, this is WK5R, and you're listening to the Boat Anchors Unlimited net. I am running my usual stuff, the Kenwood TS590S, the Tascam TM70 dynamic broadcast studio mic, and that goes into driving a homebrew GS35B amplifier. That goes through a homebrew tuner and bypass right now because I don't need it for 80 meters. Up to a homebrew fan dipole, and that's the situation here. So with that, who else is out there that would like to check into the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now. Who was that? Come again?
I think that was a fuse blower there, Rusty.
Is nobody talking, Doug?
No, dead air. All I got was, I think, a kilo, then it was maybe a Lima, but 2 syllables, and that's all I heard.
Well, we've never lost Rusty before.
No, not Rusty.
Oh, okay, straighten me out.
I had a very important phone call there. Sorry about that. Somebody tried to come in there, but I didn't know who it was.
That might have been Mike, KL7CD. He tried to come in earlier.
Yeah, I was copying you. Are you there, Mike? He's gone on somewhere else. Sorry about the delay there, but that had to do with work. I had to find out something. Anyway, is there anybody else out there that wants to check into the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
India, Echo, India.
Okay, ending in Echo, India. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening. This is K0IEI, Jim, in Woodway, Texas. Tonight I'm running a Kenwood 530S and a D104 microphone up to a dipole antenna cut for this frequency. Also, I have a couple of units that I would like to sell or trade. I have a Central Electronics 10B with a matching VFO, and I've gone as far as I can for the restoration of them. I don't have my test equipment anymore, so anyway, I have a 10B with a matching 458 VFO, and I also have a 20A with a matching 458 VFO. So I would be interested in, or anyone interested in that equipment, if you would send me an email and your phone number, I'd be glad to get back to you, and I'm good on QRZ. 73 from K0IEI.
Okay, K0IEI, I believe it is. It's got a couple of Central Electronics there for that. They're in the middle of restoration, if I can get the word out there. He's got a 20B, a 20B and a 10B, and both of them have the matching VFOs. If you're interested in those, you can look him up on QRZ. He's good on there, and send him an email and a phone number, and y'all can get together. All right. Anybody else out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now. Well, we may have done it, Lynn. K5LYN, WK5R.
Well, we might have done it, Rusty. When they can't hear you, they can't hear anybody. But I'll put out one last call. We'll go around the table one more time. Hey, this is a K5LYN, Lynn in Austin. Anybody else want to talk vintage radio this evening? I'm listening.
Hey, Lynn, KL7.
Okay, Mike, KL7CD. Give it a try. Anybody hearing Mike better than I am?
It cut out on him again like it was doing here a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Mike, if you get her going, give us a call back. Well, I'll listen here one more time. All right. Anybody else other than KL7CD who's trying to get her up and running want to visit K5LYN? Listening? Well, Jay, you and Rusty, why don't y'all take one last shot at it? We'll give it, let's see, and to Doug, I'll make this one my final, and we'll let it go around the table one more time and get any last people picked up. Hey, Doug, you want to take one last shot at it? What about it? K5LYN.
Yeah, sure. Lynn, thanks a lot. K5LYN, WB1E. And the end of the boat anchors net, but we're still taking check-ins. So if anyone would like to check in or have any final questions, buy-sell trades, this is Doug, WB1E. Come now. Nothing heard. I'll pass it to Mr. J, KM5QS, WB1E.
Well, thank you, Doug. This is KM5QS, and we're winding down the Boat Anchors Unlimited this evening. If you're out there and we missed you and you just got to check in, come now.
Kilo Charlie 5, Oscar Lima Delta.
Kilo Charlie 5, Oscar Lima, question mark?
Kilo Charlie 5, Oscar Lima Delta. Kilo Charlie 5, Oscar Lima Delta.
I got you, 100%. Go ahead, sir.
Alrighty. We're using some of the more modern equipment tonight because the other stuff was scattered about with a wire on the fence and too much coax and not enough watts.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Anything else you just checking in, or anything else you need, or want, or whatever?
B73.
Alrighty, well, thank you, sir, for checking in. Anyone else while we got it open? Well, and something like that, Rusty, why don't you take another shot? Whoops, Rusty must have gone away. KM5QS, Boat Anchors Unlimited net, last call.
Are we all melting our radios this evening?
Well, everybody, I can still hear people, and good Lord, I don't believe it. I'm still on frequency.
Yeah, I think it's been a great net, y'all. If anybody else wants to pick it up, I suggest they do so. We'll do this again next Wednesday. K5LYN, what fun.
Yeah, sounds fine. All right, folks, this is KM5QS. Thank y'all for your participation. We appreciate it. See you next Wednesday at approximately 7:30 Central Standard Time. The net is now over, and the band or the frequency or whatever the heck it is back to normal amateur abuse.
Jay, that bird sounded good in Missouri. CB0UOZ.
Hello, Perry.